I'll call the meeting of the Nashua Board of Assessors to order at 9 a.m. on Thursday, January 4th, 2024. Let the record show that present from the board are Jay Mankara and myself, Robert Early. Can I get a motion to waive the reading of the public minutes from the Board of Assessors meeting held on Thursday, December 7th, accept them and place them on file?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Can I get a motion to waive the reading of the non-public minutes from the Board of Assessors meeting held on Thursday, December 7th, accept them and place them on file?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda is communications. Jennifer Zins, department update.
Good morning, Board. We have quite a few items to inform you of. This is our busy time. I know I probably say that 10 times out of the 12 meetings a year. It is our requalification year for certain exemptions and credits, which it always is. There is always a category every year. This year we probably have anywhere from 800 to 1,000. Time will be extremely limited, given the fact that I'm the one that does do most of the interviews with the exemptions and credits due to the income and asset level, as well as I'm the only certified assessor right now. So it is quite difficult with the exemptions and credits period. We will have people lined up and down the hallway. Right now we have about 6 chairs out there, I believe, Kate, is that to be correct?
I think so.
And last year we went as far as having 15 chairs and with people standing as well. It is back-to-back appointments. We will get through it. It does have to be done by April 15th. That is the RSA, and we will do everything in our power to get all of these requalified as well as the new applicants. I will say that we have a number of people inquiring already for the new elderly, disabled, any category of the exemptions and credits. We are consistently keeping up with that as they come in. Unfortunately, during certain times of the year, they cannot apply because we have to wait till they have their most recent, and it has to be after they file their tax returns. And if they don't file, they still have to wait till they get their W-9s from Social Security or whatnot, whatever area that they get them from. So it is a time sensitive. In addition to that, it's our abatement period. I don't foresee that we're going to get a large number given the fact that it's not a reval. We are at the tail end of it from 2022. However, on that note, I will tell you that we have our startup meeting with the Department of Revenue today, as well as one of the board members and the contracted company the company that we contracted, which is Vision Government Solutions. They're going to be present. All of this is going to be via virtual, and this is what the Department of Revenue, it's mandated that to have a startup meeting to go over the statistical reval, and that's what we're going to be doing in 2024 is a statistical. In addition to that, we're going to be doing a flyover with Eagle View, which is, most people know them as pictometry. And those images, typically the flyover occurs in springtime. It takes months of preparation to get the contract and everything else situated. So that's in the works. In addition to that, CDM, our mapping, as you know, last June we lost our GIS person, which after I think almost 20 some odd years, they retired, and we have not filled that position. So I am kind of filling the role of adding the new accounts, deleting the accounts, trying to do the lot lines, whatnot. And so we have contracted CDM to assist us as best as they can. Their time and resources are limited given the fact that they travel around the world, and they don't typically do this, the little jobs, but they have an invested interest in the city of Nashua, and they are trying to be as accommodating as they can. And so we're working with them diligently right now to get the 200 plus accounts that I've entered into the system so that we can tax them. So And then in regards to interviews, because, given the fact that we are short-staffed, we have quite a few interviews lined up. Again, I think we've addressed this several times. We're not the only municipality that is running into this, and we're not the only department that is short-staffed, unfortunately. It's just unfortunate that our municipality has had somewhat of a hit, and we are well below understaffed in our department right now. And we are working diligently to get that rectified. How soon that's gonna be rectified, it could be a year, it could be 2 years, it could be 2 days, I don't know. But I have some interviews lined up, and that unfortunately is just on the admin side right now. So that is the, the department update.
Okay.
Oh, I should make note, Jessica, being the residential assessor, has worked extremely hard on taking care of the appeals. And there was, Jessica can speak on how many, I believe it was 40 some odd. 20, yeah, so 40 some odd that were filed with the BTLA, but 20 of those were residential. She has worked independently, going and doing the inspections, trying to do the settlement orders, meeting orders with them, and then coming to me if she has questions. And she has been extremely successful in resolving these and, you know, by settling with them and really taking a lot of work. I've been doing assessing work for 25 plus years, and the comps and the work that she has done to look into this, as I tell her, has been not only exhausting, but I cannot believe how much work and time she has put into these. So she really has to be recognized for the hard work that she has done on that. And I hope that everybody can appreciate that. The public sometimes doesn't understand the work that does go behind the scenes, and given the fact that we are short-staffed, extremely so, I personally want to, extend my appreciation to Jessica Marchant for that work. So.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Any questions for Jennifer?
No.
Jennifer, the people are coming in at random, they just come in and whatever the crowd happens to be, do we make any effort to have them make appointments? Or
Yes, so we have many different ways. We have it that they can email to, make an appointment. We have it that they can call to make an appointment. We make appointments, and then we all have many drop-ins versus appointments. I think more appointments last year than drop-ins. However, when you do the requalifying, the requalifiers tend to drop in versus making the appointments. So I have tried to revamp it that it's highlighted, it's bolded, it's red ink. It is extremely right in their face to please make an appointment.
Right.
But you're always going to get the people that drop in. And we did have quite a few drop-ins, so we do it by number. And so if we break it down to the new applicants versus the requalifiers, and then we have 2 numbering systems if they're drop-ins versus appointments.
Oh, okay.
And we do try to reassure them that although they may be there for 6 hours waiting, I personally buy waters and drinks for them and snacks so that they are well nutritioned and hydrated. And, but I do have to emphasize to them that I have to take the appointment, the people that have made the effort to make the appointment, I have to take them first.
Right.
I also have to take the new applicants, keep in mind that those are typically an hour plus, whereas the requalifiers, 30 minutes, they're typically in and out, unless they have lots amounts of income and asset. That is kind of a difficult situation, then those do tend to take longer. But we make every effort. We did not have one person last year that we did not see, and I was getting here before 6 in the morning and working till 5, 6 at nighttime to accommodate people.
Okay.
So it feels like a disproportionate burden is falling on you. Is there any way other staff can help?
Unfortunately, we have so many areas that have to be covered in the assessing world, again, that people don't understand. We have the everyday work of the deeds, which is extremely time consuming. We do a lot of research for the deeds. We have the applications for the exemptions and credits. We have the admin and the assessing manual that has to be updated. This manual is about this big. That has to be updated for this reval, this statistical. We have, the PA 34s, we have the address changes, we have people walking into the kiosk for the everyday, can I see the file, can I look at this? We have the phone calls, we have a foot log and a phone log that, thank you Tim Cummings for bringing that into play, because although it adds extra work and time for my staff, it has been nothing but a godsend. When people call in or they say, hey, we never got told that, that we needed to requalify. We just do a search with their phone number, name, or address, or account number in the phone log and foot log, and come to find out, they called several times and were told several occasions that, there is a time limit of when they had to requalify. So there's many things that they're working on that they can't be taken off of, especially with the deeds. We have to be up to date for billing purposes, as well as, if there's a lien or they're in the process of being deeded, it has to be up to date. There could also be time sensitive to remove the removal of an exemption and credit, or an addition of an exemption or credit. So unfortunately, yes, we have a lot, and Jess has taken it on herself to really work to keep up with the the abatements, the appeals, because now we're in both. We're still in appeal from 2022 now, but we're also entering into the abatement. Cheyenne Devlin, she is one of the other assessors in training, and she has taken upon herself to do all of the solar. She's learning how to enter into the CAMA system. So in all honesty, I can answer that with a straight face. We're all doing our best to get everything as status quo. We do not want to digress into or regress into a pattern where we're missing some aspect of the timing, because as you know, if you looked at our retention laws and our RSA's laws for the timing, every month there is something that we have to meet according to the RSA, and I just can't go against it. So that's that.
All right, thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Next item on the agenda is old business. I don't know of any, there doesn't seem to be any. New business items. Jennifer, you have some administrative abatements?
I do. Get to those.
Two, I guess.
The first one is an administrative abatement for property located at 22 Cider Lane, and my recommendation is for approval. And this was due to mistake and misfortune. The resident failed to requalify for his all veterans credit in the appropriate time frame. They have since filed the appropriate applications and requalifying paperwork, and it's the city's recommendation to approve the administrative abatement. I know that this is kind of similar to the situations that happened. I believe we had two other ones at the last meeting. We're going to have a few. Out of the 2,700 that we had to requalify 2 years, a year and a half ago, we put out 3+ letters. We made calls, we made emails, we went above and beyond, but out of the 27, I only think there was maybe 12 people that did not requalify. And it could have been due to health issues, or that, they didn't see the mail, or they didn't necessarily understand it. And again, I do not want to take an exemption or credit away if I know that there's a valid reason as to why they missed their requalifying. So that's why.
All right, can I get a motion to accept the administrative abatement for 22 Cider Lane?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
Thank you. The second one is another administrative abatement request, and this property was purchased by a utility company, which they don't pay the state education portion. However, due to the timing of the purchase and the tax period when we have to bridge with the tax collectors, it misses sometimes that time frame, and it requires us to do the abatement. So this abatement is solely for the state education portion, and the city's recommendation would be to approve this administrative abatement.
Any questions, Jay?
No.
Can I get a motion to approve the administrative abatement for 321 Broad Street?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Is that it, Jessica? Jennifer, I'm sorry.
Nope, that's okay, thank you. Yes, I'm all set.
Okay, next item on the agenda. Jessica Marchant, abatements. I think you have 3.
Yes, so today I have 3 abatements to present to you. All 3 were, no decision was able to be made before they weren't reviewed before the July 1st deadline from 2022 abatement applications. So they've all filed at the BTLA with an appeal. So these recommendations are to come to a settlement, ideally, to prevent going to BTLA. The first one is 22 Preserve Drive. Again, wasn't reviewed previously. Once the appeal came through, we reviewed it, and I did an inspection, and we found data corrections. The home was not in the highest condition that we had it on our card. So we made some appropriate changes to the conditions of the home, and which reduced the value. So I'm the resident has signed the settlement documents, is in favor of the reduced value. So I'm recommending granting the abatement for 22 Preserve for 2022 and 2023.
Jessica, when you do these corrections, is it pretty much plugging in and you get the number back, or is it?
Right, that's why when there's data corrections, they'll come to there might be some thousands and then some hundreds, because you're just putting the data correction you've made into the system. So I put it into the 2024 database, which is what we're working in now, and it spits out the number based on whatever you changed. So if you come to a settlement, you might just come to a straight number, 500,000. Whereas if you come to just due to a data correction, it might be $5,100,
Okay. All right, any questions, Jay?
No.
Can I get a motion to approve the abatement recommendation for 22 Preserve Drive?
So moved.
This is for 2022 and 2023. I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Next one, Jessica?
Okay, the next one is number 4, Whittemore Place. This one also was reviewed and found data correction was necessary. The resident has agreed to the revised assessment, so I'm recommending an approval of the abatement for Whittemore for 2022 and 2023.
Any questions, Jay?
No.
Can I get a motion to approve the abatement recommendation for the property at 4 Whittemore Place for 2022 and 2023?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Next one, Jessica?
So the last one is going to be number 21 Webster Street. Very similar situation. I was able to inspect the property and found data correction was necessary. So I'd like to recommend for approval an abatement due to the data correction for 21 Webster for 2022 and 2023.
Any questions, Jay?
No.
Can I get a motion to approve the abatement for the property at 21 Webster Street for 2022 and 2023?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Is that the last one?
That's it, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Next on the agenda is public comment. I don't see anybody in the auditorium. Comments by members of the board. I know
I have none.
I don't have anything either. At this time, we would go into non-public session. Can I get a motion to go into non-public for two reasons? First, to discuss matters which, if discussed in public, would likely affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board, unless such person requests an open meeting. This exemption shall extend to include any application for assistance or tax abatement or waiver of a fee, fine, or other levy if based on inability to pay or poverty of the applicant pursuant to RSA 91-A:3, Roman numeral 2, Section C. Second, under 91-A:3, Roman numeral 2, Section L, for the consideration of legal advice provided by legal counsel, either in writing or orally, to one or more members of the public body, even where legal counsel is not present.
So moved.
I'll second that. We'll take the roll call. Jay Mancara?
Yes?
Robert Early, yes. We're now in non-public session as of 9:22.